Rafiq.
It's good.
Yeah.
Gel filtration was invented by Grant Henry in 1964. It is a size exclusion chromatography, ma'am, separated by the size and in molecular weight. Large molecules and the macromolecule complex are separated, ma'am. The other names are gel permeation chromatography, size exclusion chromatography, molecular exclusion chromatography, and molecular sieve chromatography. Ma'am, the principle, the heavy molecules are separated fastly and light particles are separated slowly. It is based on molecular size and hydrodynamic volume of components.
Okay, good. So we'll discuss the remaining part of gel filtration now. Thank you, Rafiq. So we have seen in the last class gel filtration chromatography, in which history, definition, acronyms, principle of gel filtration, and its schematic representation, all we have discussed. And scheme of principle of separation by gel filtration we have discussed. It's based on molecular size, particle size is being separated. And chromatogram obtained from gel permeation chromatography also we have discussed. The high molecular weight, the molecule which elutes fast will appear. The peak also in the chromatogram also will appear first, then intermediate compounds, then low molecular weight compounds will be appearing, giving the signal. Now let's move on to the instrument of gel permeation chromatography. As we have discussed, it is modified form of HPLC. Modified form of HPLC. So only stationary phase, mobile phase, and pattern of elution detection will be varying. Here, those 4 points I have stated here. Stationary phase. So instrumentation, we are going to see under instrumentation, stationary phase, mobile phase, elution process, then detection process. This only varies comparing with normal HPLC. So in stationary phase, gels are used. Since it is gel permeation chromatography, polymeric gels are used. Examples are dextran, agarose, or polyacrylamide. We can use any kind of stationary phase. So these are polymers: polyacrylamide, agarose, and dextran. Agarose and dextran, these three stationary phase will be widely and commonly used for GPC. Okay, based on the nature of sample, we must choose different stationary phase. So they are nothing but gels, polymers. Okay, polymers are called as gels. Examples are dextran, agarose, or polyacrylamide. Then examples of stationary phase. Cepadex G15, it is a brand for dextran gel. It is available. Cepadex, Cepadex G15. It is used to separate molecular weight from 3000 to 70,000. So large molecules. What is the application of gel filtration chromatography? It is applicable for separation of large molecule or molecular complexes can be separated. So see the molecular weight, it varies from 3000 to 70,000 molecular weight compounds. By using dextran as stationary phase, we could separate out. And components with molecular weight above 70,000 are excluded from the column. That means it will be excluded. You know what is exclusion and inclusion. Excluded means it will not included in the gel matrix only, it will be excluded. Whereas other particles, smaller particles will be included. Okay, so excluded and included term you must know. So here 70,000 molecular weight, more than 70,000 molecular weight if the molecule is having, it will be excluded from the column. So it will be eluted first. Where between 3,000 and 70,000 molecular weight will be included in the matrix for its separation. Okay, thereby different molecules will be having different molecular weight, so that it will be getting separated into individual molecules, individual fractions of it. Then due to advances in technology, stationary phase media are available which can separate compounds with molecular weight ranging from 100 to million wise. We can separate the molecules by using the fixed stationary phase. Next we'll move on to the mobile phase. Mobile phase is nothing but buffers. Okay. Example of buffer used is phosphate buffer of pH 7 and other buffers are sodium chloride solutions, ammonium acetate, ammonium bicarbonate, ethylene diamine acetate. So these are all mobile phase buffers, can be used for gel permeation chromatography. What is the mobile phase? It is similar to ion exchange chromatography, where also we have used buffers. Here also we are using buffers. And separation can also be carried out in the presence of ions or cofactors. For example, detergents, urea, guanidine, hydrochloride, like cofactors and ions. Along with that, gels can be, macromolecules can be separated out. Then elution is nothing but separating out or eluting out the compounds, separated compounds from the column. We can either go with preparative or analytical separations like in column chromatography. That is collected as fractions and can be further used for its characterization. Okay, from the column, you can observe the picture here. This is a column, right? It is coming out. It is eluting out from the column. You can observe here in the last scheme. Then this is the column where molecules are eluted out. It will be collected as a fraction either in bulk form or in analytical form. In analytical HPLC, it will be wasted because only negligible amount will be getting from the column when you use a very low amount of sample. When we go with a preparative form, large scale separation, we can collect the fraction like a column adsorption chromatography. We can go for further characterization of this isolated molecule. Example, protein nucleotides dissolve. Then detection, online detection using UV absorbance detector is done. So mostly we'll be using for detection UV visible detector only. As I stated earlier regarding HPLC detectors, UV visible detectors and fluorescence detectors are commonly used. There are two types of detectors available for HPLC. That is, two types of detectors, bulk property and solute property detectors are available. This UV visible detector will come under solute property detector. Okay, and a graph will be plotted taking elution volume in ml in the y-axis versus molecular weight in x-axis. In semi-long paper is made. And then for collaboration of the column gel in the column, calibrations like yeast alcohol dehydrogenase, it is an enzyme. It is with 15 lakhs Daltons and 66,000 Daltons and cytochrome C. These are all different enzymes with different molecular weights, can be separated and detected by using UV visible detector. Hope this will be useful for you to analyze the enzyme level in the body, right? So to quantify the enzymes are nothing but proteins with high molecular weight, can be separated by gel filtration chromatography. That's why you are studying gel filtration chromatography here, right? So each chromatographic techniques are useful to separate clinical samples, biomolecules, so that we are learning the concepts behind each and every technique. Ion exchange chromatography also one of the chromatographic separation for proteins, since proteins will exist with positive and negative charge. Similarly, The proteins are nothing but polymers of amino acids and will be having high molecular weight. So based on gel permeation chromatography also it can be separated from its mixture. So protein purification mainly is done by gel filtration chromatography. Coming to procedure, so now you have seen about instrumentation parts of gel permeation chromatography. In HPLC itself, the solvent delivery system, mobile phase will be of buffers, column stationary phase will be made with either dextran, agarose or polyacrylamide gel. Then elution may be done either in analytical or preparative form. Then detection with UV visible detector is done. Then coming to the procedure, firstly we have to prepare column. Preparation of column with what stationary phase. What is the stationary phase used for preparation of column in GPC? Say example of
Gel,
stationary phase. Huh?
dextran, agarose.
Dextran, agarose, polyacrylamide. By using that stationary phase gel, we have to prepare the column. Then washing of the column. Washing here represents saturating the column with mobile phase buffers. Okay. So you have to pass mobile phase and need to wash the column. Washing represents saturation to get baseline. So that it is ready for uploading the sample. So that is the second step, washing of the column. Then loading of the sample. At the top of the column, sample will be loaded. Just recollect the picture here. In the beginning, before applying sample, you are packing with the gel matrix. Then you are allowing the solvent to flow without applying sample. So solvent particles will get saturated with the stationary phase. Only stationary phase and mobile phase is present in the instrument now. So to get the baseline, here you can see the baseline. So until to get baseline, you have to allow the solvent to flow through the column. So the column will get saturated with the solvent. Then it is ready. If you get baseline, then the column is ready for sample separation. Then you need to inject the sample. Now sample will be injected. Once the sample is injected, solvent will take the sample and go for the separation according to molecular size. So according to the retention time in stationary phase and mobile phase, the peaks will be eluted. The particles will be getting eluted from the column and you will get the chromatogram. So that is the procedure. So firstly, preparation of column, then washing of the column, then loading of the sample and elution using mobile phase buffers. And the loaded sample will be eluted by means of mobile phase itself. Once it is eluted, it will be detected to get the chromatogram. So there's 5 steps involving in the procedure of GPC. Preparation, washing, loading, elution and detection. Next, coming to applications of gel filtration chromatography. These are all various applications with examples. Okay, separation of protein in mixture. It is applicable for separation of protein in mixture. From mixture, protein can be separated. Here is the what type of proteins separated by using GPC are given here: polynucleotides, globular proteins, peptides, and peptide hormones. Separation of small proteins from the mixture. Then determination of molecular weight. Molecular weight of the eluted molecule can be determined by using elution volume and the calibration curve. We can determine the molecular weight also. If it is separated based on molecular weight, from the elution volume it can be determined. Then desalting of proteins. Desalting of proteins. In case of protein purification, salts will be added to that. So that in order to remove that salt, this gel filtration chromatography is applicable. Okay, for purification of proteins, we will be adding salt. That salt will be having interference with the protein then. So this salt should be removed from the protein mixture by this technique. Okay, how it is separated means salts travel slower in the gel than larger molecules, that is proteins. So large molecules will be eluted fast than salt molecules. Then separation of homologs, same category of drugs. can be separated. For example, sugars and fruit juice. Then separation of oligomers. A series of fatty acids by increasing size can be separated. Similar kind of molecules can be separated. Then purification of macromolecules, proteins, enzymes, amino acids, polysaccharides, this is all done with the gel formation chromatography. So you know what are the different categories of drug molecules can be separated by gel filtration chromatography. Next, coming to the factors affecting resolution in gel filtration. Resolution represents peak purity. Already we have discussed under column efficiency parameter. Just go through what is resolution. Resolution means when you go with elution of two components, mixture of components, it must be eluted like this, right? The peak must be separated well. It can be explained with separation factor and resolution factor. So resolution should be high. So what are the factors will affect that resolution in gel filtration? Means sample volume. Okay, if sample volume is increased or changed, then it will be affecting the peak resolution. The ratio of sample volume to column volume. The ratio of sample volume to column volume. Gel packing should be in the gel packing should be high ratio comparing with sample volume. Then only we'll get high resolution. So that should be monitored while packing and uploading the sample ratio. Like 1:10 ratio. Likewise, the ratio must be maintained to get peak resolution. Then flow rate of mobile phase. Flow rate, you know that it will be given with 0.1 to 10 ml per minute optimum flow rate, right? So that should be maintained to get resolution. Then column dimensions. Column dimension according to the sample mixture, the column dimension is decided either 1:100 or 1:10, 1:20. Likewise, column dimension should be decided. Then particle size and its distribution. Particle size represents gel particle size. Means stationary phase particle size and its distribution. Then packing density, gel packing density. Then pore size of the particles, pore size. When the particles are spherical shaped, the gel particles are packed, it will form pores, right? Porous matrix. You should have seen the pores where the molecules are included in that for separation. So that pore size also matters to get highly resoluted peaks. Then viscosity of the sample and buffers. Viscosity, it should not be highly viscous, then the sample will be very sticky to get separated, and optimum viscosity should be maintained for easy separation. So these are all the factors will affect resolution in gel filtration chromatography. Sample volume, ratio of sample volume to column volume, then flow rate of mobile phase, column dimension, particle size and its distribution, packing density, pore size of the particles, viscosity of the sample and buffers. So what three are involving sample and your stationary phase, mobile phase. Based on using these three things, it will be affecting the resolution. So what are the different parameters on stationary phase, sample and mobile phases affecting that you have to remember. Okay. Sample volume represents sample. Here ratio of sample volume and column volume represents stationary phase and sample. Flow rate of mobile phase. This represents mobile phase. Column dimension. This represents the column used. Column means glass column or plastic column, what material you are using with the dimension for its separation. Then particle size and its distribution says about a stationary phase, and packing density also says about stationary phase. Pore size, this also comes under stationary phase. Then viscosity of sample and buffers related to sample and mobile phase. So these are all the parameters will affect the resolution in GPC. Next, coming to advantages of gel filtration chromatography, it also comprises of 5 advantages. Short analysis time. Since it is applicable with high pressure chromatography, it will be analysis time will be very short. Then well-defined separation based on molecular size, well-defined separation with the selected polymeric gel. Okay, selected stationary phase and buffers. Then narrow bands and good sensitivity. Bands will be of not wide bands, narrow bands will be getting with good sensitivity. Band represents the peaks. Then no sample loss or no interaction with stationary phase. Means sample will not interact and it will not be chemically altered with the stationary phase. Since it is passed only through the pores, it is not having any interaction at all with the stationary phase. No hydrogen bonding formation or no irreversible or reversible interaction with the stationary phase the sample undergoes. Only it passes through the matrix or it excluded from the matrix for its separation. That is the point mentioned here. No sample loss and no interaction with stationary phase occur in the GPC. Then no column destruction. Column will not be altered by means of any changes like either chemical reaction of sample or mobile phase reacts with the sample. Likewise, no such destruction will be there with the column. So these are all the advantage of GPC. Analysis time, short analysis time, then well-defined separation, narrow bands and good sensitivity, no sample loss and no interaction with stationary phase, no column destruction. Next, disadvantages, limited number of peaks are obtained. For the high mixture of samples, only limited number of peaks are obtained by GPC. Then it requires approximately 10% difference in molecular weight. Then only we can accurately separate out based on molecular weight. At least between molecules, 10% difference must be there from the mixture. These two are disadvantages of GPC. So with this, GPC gets over. In the next class, we'll be discussing about affinity chromatography. Next comes affinity chromatography. Thank you all. If any doubt, you can ask now. Regarding HPLC. So this is the column volume and sample volume we have seen now. The factors affecting gel filtration chromatography. Column volume means the volume required to elute the sample completely. So sample volume and column volume also affect the resolution of peaks. Okay. This is all about gel permeation chromatography. Is there any doubt? And many have not submitted papers, test papers. Deepan, Junaid, Subhadarshini, Vimal. Vimal has submitted, but some therapeutics paper you have submitted. Kindly submit your PA paper. And other 3 members, kindly upload your test paper. Okay. And those who have not submitted assignment, first assignment also need to be submitted along with second assignment. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.